A few swipes. That bites nice and deep. Notice that cuts very, very nice. Does. Has a good edge on it, nice and sharp. So, eventually this tree's going to fall down and I'm not going to be able to do this anymore. But you can see it just throws chips really, really nice. That's pretty cool. So, we'll go over here. Hey guys, it's finally time to talk about this Hults Bruks Salen axe. As you know, I picked this sucker up in the fall. I wasn't happy with it. There were some issues with the initial one. Hults has sent me a new axe, a replacement, and I've had some time to play around with it, and I want to do a review on it now. So we're going to completely forget about the bad axe. So let's just wipe the slate clean. We're going to review this as this new one sits and talk about it, the quality and my experience using it. So what is this thing off the bat? This is a Hults Bruks. Hults is one of the oldest axe manufacturers in the world, if not the oldest. They've been doing it for literally hundreds of years. These things are made over in Europe, in what is it, Switzerland, Sweden, whatever. Yeah, horrible reviewer I am. It has a 1.75 pound head, hickory handle, 20 inches long overall. Comes with this kind of very basic plain leather sheath, and we'll unsheath that and show you. It just kind of holds by friction there. You pull that sucker off, and there is your axe head. You see it's got the stamping from the factory. You can also see the temper line there as well. It's got a really nice temper line, so you know you have lots of good usable steel. That's probably about 1.5 inches, which is a very good standard for it to be tempered. These things are made, and a lot of people are going to say hand forged. They're really not hand forged. They're made in open die. So they're basically, they use an auto hammer, and so it's done by machine, but the heads are forged by hand. Fit and finish is decent. I would say decent. Not great, but decent. A little bit of a loose fit along the bottom, but not anywhere as bad as the other one. It's definitely livable. It's definitely safe. The top fit is actually very good. You can see here it has a wood wedge and a round wedge, and it's mushroomed over quite nicely, so that's a very good and very secure head on here. No cracks at all from where they pounded in the wedge. Good straight grained American hickory with proper grain orientation, as you can see there. The handle has really good grain structure. Little bit of a twist towards the end, but nothing major at all. Very good straight grained hickory. Good quality. No blemishes. The only blemish on it's in the bottom there. And that's it. So very good handle. Nice tight grain to it. So this thing is very useful as a small forest axe. It's very packable, something you can throw in your pack, take it on the trails, you know, have a good time with it. It's a little big to be used one hand, so if you are kind of thinking this is just a really big hatchet, no, this is really a two-hand tool. You can use it one-handed, but you really just don't have the control that you need with a head this size. So works very good for limbing, taking down small diameter trees. You could fell probably some medium-sized trees with this thing if you're really dedicated to it. And good little carver. It's got a nice thin bit to it. The edge profile is very nice. It's got a very thin edge. Nice, nicely tapered bit to it there. The end is squared off, so you can use that for driving wedges or pounding in tent stakes or whatever. It does come, I didn't mention before, there is a lanyard hole in the handle as well, so you can set that up or just use it to hang it or whatever. The edge of this came sharpened very well. It's a nice sharp little edge to it, and it's held up really well. I did quite a bit of brush clearing, and we'll throw in some video at the end of this and you'll see, and it's still pretty much just as sharp as when I got it. You know, it dulled a little, but nothing crazy at all. It's definitely a higher end, higher quality steel. So very useful little small forest axe. You know, like I said, packable. Bring it bushcrafting, bring it camping, bring it car camping. You know, you're not going to want to bring this as like an ultralight backpacker, but something you can definitely work with. It carves fairly well. You can get a good grip up by the head. Use it for carving. You know, it's a good small felling axe, and like I said, it is good that it has the flat pole in the back. You can hammer in stakes, do whatever you got to do. But so there it is, guys. Very useful, very good size to it. Fit and finish is good. Very happy with that. And usefulness of this thing, it's a very good, very useful little axe. It's made of very good quality. And I am really quite happy. So now that this has been replaced, I think it's a great axe. I had great performance out of it. I used it to cut back some brush. Did a little just kind of hacking away at some pieces of wood I have in the back to see how it carves. Not bad, you know, to be honest. It's right on par with my Husqvarna. The Husqvarna is the same length. It just has the heavier head. It has the 2 1/4 pound head. So of course this Husqvarna hits the trees a little harder and it fells a little better, but in the end they're very similar. They have a very similar length of handle. You know, the handles are the same size, same width, you know. It's just got that bigger head. So if the Husqvarna carpenter's axe is useful, this would pretty much be a good substitute for you. So hope you enjoyed, and that's that. You can see this